is the Porsche 997 Turbo Tiptronic Convertible. A car often overlooked by purists simply because the manual is the option that people rave on about. But should you overlook this car? Should you overlook the Tiptronic? There's definitely a place for the Tiptronic, and there's definitely a place for the convertible. This is my first opportunity to take one of these cars for a spin, and I'm super excited. My name's Trevor Joseph, you're watching Rolling Stone Media, and this is a 997 Turbo Tiptronic Convertible. So the Porsche 997 Turbo was introduced in 2006, and it's an icon in the Porsche 911 lineup. It brought serious performance with its 3.6 flat-six twin-turbo engine, producing 480 brake and 620 Newton meters of torque. It was one of the fastest cars of its generation and still holds its own today. So let's talk about the elephant in the room, guys. The Tiptronic transmission. This is a 5-speed transmission. It doesn't offer the engagement of a manual, but should that really be a deal breaker? So the Porsche 997 Turbo S Tiptronic box was actually produced for the Mercedes S-Class and was designed to take way more power and torque than the current output of this engine. To engage the Tiptronics is simple, just like a normal automatic box, but you have the luxury of changing gears on the steering wheel, where you can shift up on the right side and down on the left. So if you're looking to get into a turbo, the Tiptronics are really good value for money, and so are the convertibles. And there are many use cases for owning a Tiptronic over a manual. Let's say you've just done a session at the gym and your legs are feeling a bit weak. You don't need to press the clutch. Or, you know, you've got one arm and you just want to drive with the other arm. So there are many use cases for owning a Tiptronic 997 Turbo. Also, these cars are great in slow moving traffic. So if you live in London and you don't want to be changing gear for a second 20 miles an hour, the Tiptronic box is the perfect choice. So why opt for a convertible, especially a convertible turbo? Well, why not? I mean, okay, we don't have the greatest weather here in the UK, but when the sun comes out, who doesn't want to be in a convertible? And who doesn't want to be in a convertible turbo? And who doesn't want to be in a convertible 997 turbo? These cars make for great tourers. And with the roof down, with the wind in your hair, if you have any hair, it's one of the greatest feelings you can experience. Moving on to the interior, this car comes fully loaded with sports leather bucket seats, which are fully electric. This car also has the chrono pack and the PASM, so you can stiffen the suspension and louden the exhaust. One of the upgrades Steve has done is he's added a Pioneer head unit, replaced the old head unit. I think the head units are the only things that really age in these cars. The interior really does age gracefully. You definitely would feel comfortable driving this car with all of the little creature comforts it has, plus the performance and the styling. Coming around to the back seats, well, there aren't really any, to be totally honest. Unless you're 3 foot tall, there's no point even getting in the back of this car. With that out of the way, let's take this car out for a spin, see what the Tiptronic's like on the road, and meet the owner, Steve. All right, guys, my first impressions of a 997 Turbo Cabriolet Tiptronic. For me, this is the first. I'm driving it's like 3 bucket lists. 1, I've always wanted to drive a turbo. 2, I've always wanted to try the Tiptronic. And 3, I've always wanted to try a Cabriolet. And I got the chance to do it all in one go. And honestly, I don't understand why people complain about, or say complain, why people are so manual purists. This thing is so effortless to drive. I mean, okay, we've got the window, we've got the roof down, and it's winter. But my God, this thing is wicked. It's really smooth as well. This one's been modified, it's been lowered, it's got spacers on, and it really handles like a tourer. You know, this is what I would definitely take on a road trip. You know, think about it. If you're on a road trip down the south of France, all that gear changing all the time, that is going to get tiring. Where this, you just cruise. This thing is sweet, honestly. And you know, another bonus feature of the 997 Turbo Tiptronic, it's got the Mezger engine in it. It's the motorsport derived engine. So these things are bulletproofed, coupled with a bulletproof gearbox. Wow. I honestly really believed, you know, all of those motoring journalists that blagged on about, oh, manual, engaging, it's got to be engaging. Mate, this is perfect for me. If I was sat in traffic in London, I ain't complaining. If I'm cruising down a mountain pass on a road trip, ain't complaining. There is nothing to complain about this. If you're thinking about buying a turbo and you want like an entry-level turbo, go for the Tiptronic, go for the Cabriolet. We'll give it the beans to see what it's like with the roof down. Whoa! Okay. I can understand why people do have issues with the Tiptronic. There is definitely a delay before it kicks off. Not only do you have the delay in the gearbox, you've got the sort of the turbo lag as well. But for me, they're minor things. Like, I wouldn't even bother, honestly. And I think for the type of people that would buy this, they're not traffic like Grand Prix in their turbos, you know? They're cruising. This is a summer day, summer afternoon, cruise down to the coast car. I'll give it another blip again just to illustrate the delay in the box. Oh wow, that exhaust. This is a great tourer. If you're interested in buying a 997 turbo, don't discount the Tiptronic and don't discount the Cabriolet. I think you're getting a lot of car that can do a lot of things. It's very versatile. Yeah, I love this. This is nice. Steve.
Good to see you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for letting me take this for a drive, man. It's my first time driving a convertible Porsche.
Yeah.
First time driving a turbo. And first time driving a Tiptronic. So it's like I ticked three boxes. Yeah, three first. Yeah, man. So
and you enjoyed it?
I did. You know what? You know, there's a lot of talk about manuals.
Yeah.
If you're a purist, you should have a manual. Manuals are engaging. I kind of bought into that.
Yeah.
Until I took this for a spin, and then I realized actually you can have just as much fun in a Tiptronic.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's not as lightning fast like the PDK.
No, it's not as quick a gear change, but I like the old turbo lag. I like that feeling of it's coming and all of a sudden the turbo's kicking.
Do you get like a lag in the gear change as well as the turbo? Because I noticed when I put my foot down, you get this like pause, and I think it drops down a gear, and then it goes, and then the turbo spools up.
Yeah, so our friend Paul's got the Turbo S, and when I drive his, his PD, that's instant, and I forget how quick that changes compared to this. I've got so used to this. I've had it nearly 2 years, and it was my first Porsche. It was my 50th birthday, and I thought, I'm not a racing driver. I like going on like European trips.
Yeah.
I'm more of a cruiser, motorways.
Yeah. I was saying that this makes the perfect road trip, cruising, touring car.
Absolutely. Like I said, we did France, Germany, Austria and Switzerland this year, and it was absolute perfect. Really, really good. We had a really, really good trip.
And I know you went on the trip with a few other Porsches, some manuals.
Yeah.
What was it like?
Their legs were aching. Yeah. In and out of town, start, stop, start. So I was just sitting there.
You just
it's in
cruise.
drive, and I'm using one leg, so it was. Yeah, Paul didn't want to keep swapping with me into his 997, which I love his 997. You know, it's beautiful car.
Yeah. We'll have to get his 997 on the channel, guys. It's beautiful. Yeah. Such a lovely car.
And I love driving that as well, but I had it for a couple of weeks when this was getting some work done.
Yeah.
And in and out of the traffic in town, the left leg does start to ache on the, as you know, you've got your one. It's been lowered, it's on I-back springs. They won't put H&Rs on because there's no roof. It would drop too low and I'd hit too many bumps and things. So they put the I-backs on it.
Yeah.
It's got spacers on the front and back.
Yeah, it just brings the wheel out, doesn't it?
I'm more about how they sit and the stance, which I love. It sits really, really well. And as you've heard, I've changed the back box. It's got a titanium back box on it from Design 911, which the turbos just need noise. It's so quick. But I miss the drama of the noise. Yeah. Which that exhaust, the Design Tech exhaust, was brilliant. Really good.
Nice. Oh, thank you so much, Paul.
No worries.
Nice.
Good to see you.
Yeah, you too, buddy. Nice one. Guys, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this. If you want to see more content like this, get in contact. I'll review your car. And I hope you enjoyed this one. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, take care. Peace.